Nityanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganashudasham Tattvamasya Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nityanandam. Hi, this is Ma Nitya Ovyananda. Today I am going to continue on my series of talking about Hindu temples and my experiences. Of course, I've been to many of Swamiji's temples and I spoke about some of those already. Of course, our own Bengaluru Adinam, Los Angeles Nityananda Sadashiva Temple, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, Sadashiva Temple, and several other temples. Amazing energy. I mean, it's all Swamiji's energy. He's done prana pratishta to all of the deities at our temples. And what is prana pratishta? It actually is infusing divine energy into matter as a basic translation for that. And I had the fortune, the grace, the blessing of Swamiji to be around during some times when he has done prana pratishta. For example, at Nityanandeshwara Sadashiva Temple in Bengaluru, Adinam, I got to be there for when he did prana pratishta for Sri Venkateshwara. Beautiful, amazing Venkateshwara deity. He is at least, he's over 9 feet tall, and he's black granite stone. Extremely beautiful, and so amazing, and such a powerful, peaceful energy. I love standing by him. But when Swamiji was there, he's up, on the platform, and there's a special ritual he does. Of course, all the puja and the arti and all the things happen during that. But it's definitely a sight and an energy explosion, when Swamiji is there. I just, seen him do this thing a few times. And a lot during the Navaratri, because every time we get that deity in for Navaratri, Swamiji would do the prana pratishta. So during that time, seeing him energize, and then also I've seen him a couple times take the energy, and not take the energy out necessarily, but I don't really know what the process is exactly, like the science behind it. But you can feel like that gratitude for the deity, for the energy. He's always in tune with that. He's always in tune with that energy, obviously. He's always living in that state. But when he does it, there's a certain thing that happens. A certain radiating energy that happens. It's almost as if the air around, is waiting for something to happen, And when Swamiji does the actual transmitting of the energy, he uses a special thing, Shiva Hasta. It's the hand of Shiva. It's made from darba grass, and it's very sacred. He does it for certain initiations, such as the Shiva Diksha, and also when he's doing the prana pratishta. And to see Swamiji in that space, he's connecting with the divine. You can see he's connecting with the divine, giving gratitude for the divine, pouring the divine into the deity. And again, just always in reverence and gratitude for that energy. There's always that special space that Swamiji has with the deities. Even though he's Sadashiva in human form, he's also bowing down to that energy and having that gratitude. So it's very, just a beautiful, beautiful, sacred experience to witness, and I'm very blessed to have been there during those times, and to see the deities. Also because, frankly, whether or not this is good or bad, I don't know, but, Sri Venkateshwara, he's in his kavacham and his vastram and all his beautiful jewelry and malas. But there was something about seeing him, only the black stone and the carving of him, and then seeing that energy from Swamiji and the way he stood there, Lord Venkateshwara, the way he stood there And that something about it for me, I had a connection with that, seeing him in the stone and feeling the energy with the stone. I'm not sure what it exactly was. But I really remember that, and now I actually, his little private thing, he has this golden kavacham that he has over him, like an armor almost. You can think of it. But I always slip my hand underneath to touch his feet. I don't like to touch that metal part. I want to always touch his feet. So I kind of do like this little move, and I, connect with his energy that way by touching his feet. I can connect to his energy. And for me, it's amazing and a beautiful experience. And I'm very grateful to Swamiji that I'm able to, connect to the deities in various ways. So I don't know what that is with Venkateshwara, but he's very amazing. There's so many beautiful deities at Bengaluru Adi. Of course, we have Dakshinamurti. He's stunning, and so in the silence of the banyan tree area, you can just sit and look at him all day because he's always having a smile, and he has his beautiful cheeks and face, and he's always glowing. And there's different times of day where the sun is hitting him. And after he gets his, if I go in the morning and then if I go in the afternoon and I notice, like he had his abhishekam and his whole vastram was changed, he has a different look on his face. Like he seems, pleased and happy, kind of having, that care. See, the deities, they're a living energy, but they're not just there to radiate. They also respond to our worship. They respond to us. I'm noticing that, especially here at Trishula Madinam in Chennai. After they do the abhishekam and I go out there, you can tell some days more than others, their smile is different. I can tell like a little subtle change and the look and feel of them, and how they are, what their mood is. Of course they're always radiating and sharing with us their energy, but that worship, they're there to accept our worship and to also give their energy to us. But for me, I connect with their energy, and I also feel that reflection of energy inside. And especially at Bengaluru Adinam, if I put my head on the Garbha Mandir, the altar, like I feel an extra concentration of energy. I feel it entering my system and awakening in my Ananda Gandha, which is between your navel center and your heart. That area is a special chakra in which Swamiji connects with us, especially as healers. You'll know when you come to inner awakening what that's about. So you have to know more about the Ananda chakra. But I can definitely feel that experience and feel a stillness happening and something beyond what I'm aware of. So something inside of me that I can connect to that's beyond my physical awareness, happens when you're in that place and when you're touching the deity. It's a special experience. And I highly recommend, everybody to go and visit a Hindu temple. So I'm talking a lot about energy the past couple of videos, and I'll share more in upcoming videos. But that energy, it's like the temple is the battery, the storehouse for the energy for thousands and thousands of years, for people to be able to come and connect to that energy. Because basically that energy is consciousness in matter, consciousness that we can connect to as human beings and feel that energy reflected and waking us up inside, connecting us to the whole, the oneness of the universe. That is what is important in life. That is what we're here for. That is what the energy that will lead us to the enlightenment, to the self-realization, to Jivan Mukti, to that experience. And that is why the temples are built. That is so important for the raising of the consciousness of the planet, of human beings. And people want to destroy that. It boggles my brain, and I cannot even fathom it ever. But even if you connect to that or not, or even if you've ever tried or not, just understanding the context that it's somebody's religious sentiment. Hindus don't go around destroying other people's temples or trying to take them over. But frankly, why we wouldn't want to? There's nothing in it for us because we have everything in our temples that we need. That is the real life for us in our temples. So we have no need or desire to hurt other people's religious sentiments and to go and destroy their things. So why are other people, various anti-spiritual elements, coming and trying to destroy our temples? just stay away. If you don't like it or don't agree with it or don't want anything to do with it, no problem. But keep away. Don't try to destroy the life energy in our temples. That is meant for people, for humanity, not your own greedy ways or your own vested interest or for whatever reason you're trying to do it, political or otherwise. You just keep out and keep away and allow those temples to be there for people, for the upcoming millenniums. They're so important and amazing, and my life has changed because of them. And there's a whole new meaning to my life because of them. I cannot imagine living any place without a temple. I am clear. I'm a sannyasi, thank God. Anywhere I go will at least have some small deity that Swamiji gives me to take with, or that he has somewhere and he wants me to go to do some work. Thank God, because I could not live anywhere without a deity and without a temple. Okay? I'm clear, and I will not. So even with me, I carry a deity. I carry my Aspatika Linga Swamiji gave us, an Atma Linga, energized by him himself personally and given to us. So anywhere I go, I can basically set up a temple and I have a deity with me. So, but anyhow, besides that, the whole ambience of a temple, I will not live unless I'm near one. That's all. I'm clear. Because it's so much of value in my life, just to have the daily rituals, that experience of seeing the deities, knowing they're there, feeling their presence in my life, or just being on a campus where they are. Because I know somehow, even if I'm not sitting there all day in front of them, I know they're there and it's important and they're being taken care of. That kind of thing is important also. So I'm very clear that I will always be connected to the temples, and I will always advocate, and I will always stand up for Hindu temples. And I urge anybody listening who's a Hindu, who's maybe not been active or having a voice about what's been happening to our temples, I urge you to do what you can in your local area. Stand up for Hinduism and start expanding yourself and being authentic with your tradition and your life, because really the temples are our life. So please, I urge you to start doing that immediately. Thank you so much. Nityananda.